Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MegaMek. We're starting off with this harass scenario where our objective will be to prevent the enemy from crossing the field of battle. They had against the bot campaign rules set up that battle to be against some of our infantry, specifically our mechanized and motorized platoon, a force worth 254 points, and they had put us up against a force worth 4,500 points. So about 18 to 1 outnumbered or out BV'd. Yes, here I am. Thank you, Varenk. I'm glad you could make it. We are gearing up for the clan invasion, yes. I'm expecting it to happen sometime in the next couple of months, but I'm honestly a little fuzzy on the details. We are going to be starting off with this harass battle after a quick recap. We did just finish putting the arm on the archer, and down here we also put on the armor, the hatchet, and the actuators. We've got the Jenner refit done in about 10 days. The rifleman's going to be about 4 times that long. The Warhammer's going to be around about 4 days. Bunch of parts that we can't have, like endo steel. I did off-screen start mothballing the backup Stalker and the backup Hoser's Ride. Actually, I started mothballing the wrong Hoser's Ride. I mothballed the one he's not currently in, even though he's currently in the backup ride. They're identical, so I don't see the harm in it, but I just felt like I needed to own up to that. So yeah, we've got Illusion Lance deployed for this harass mission, which should be a bit more of a fair fight. We've got 2 mediums, a heavy and a light versus 3 mediums and a light. We also are supposed to have some allied bombers that don't appear to be present. And we have an attached ally. We've got a Trebuchet 5N with a 5.6 pilot. That is our liaison that we need to keep alive. Let's see, the map is Woods Medium, 70 by 19 hexes, daylight, clear, and calm conditions. Let's go ahead and maximize this. We'll do the... Actually, we don't even need to do the compact display. Let's see. Spider does not. Oh, it doesn't have any ammunition. That's why it doesn't have auto eject in the first place. Actually, before I begin, I had noticed something. Yes, I know I'm disconnected. Vernita down here all by herself underneath the Ultra Green Mech Warriors because she's a split MOS. Has 34 XP, and I was debating how to spend that. I don't want her to become an elite pilot necessarily, because that's just going to bump up her battle value. But I was thinking about some special abilities. I was specifically considering Sandblaster for the LBX, or perhaps, which one was it? Not Sandblaster, it was Cluster Hitter for 40 XP. Alternately, we've got Dodge for 20 XP or Human TRO Mech for 20 XP. She also has Melee Specialist already. Melee Master is an option. So I was seriously debating how to spend her 20 of her XPs, or 40 depending. I wasn't planning on doing gunnery specialization with her because she does have all 3 types of weapons on her mech. And I wasn't planning on giving her any of the technician special abilities either, but that still leaves some options. Like all weather, I don't know. Open to suggestions, but for right now I'm leaning towards Melee Master, to be honest. But let's, I guess we can hold off on that until after this battle. I guess I didn't need to close it down after all. I guess I closed it down because I was planning on spending the XP and then ended up just being all wishy-washy about it. The backup mech. Yeah, the backup mech is the exact same configuration as the primary mech. So I don't see how it's an issue. And we are starting on round 3 for some reason. No, I don't think so. We travel as a group, we engage the enemy as a group, we deploy at the start of the game. They're deploying in the west, we're deploying in the west. Oh, okay, so I guess it is important that these guys deploy on round... No? Yeah, it's fair to have these guys deploy on round 3, how they were, not 4. So that we can try to outrun and outgun and outmatch them as we scoot across the map. I'm hoping that the Griffins don't just book it and get away from us before we can really do anything about it. So let's see, deploying in the west, heading to the east, lots of heavy woods. That's going to favor our spider, but not the trebuchet. And that's fine because the trebuchet really is, I don't know how it's worth 1,000 points with a 5/6 pilot, but it's got very little armor if I recall. Yeah, the right torso, left torso only have 11 armor in the front, the arms only have 10, the legs only have 15. It's got barely more armor than structure, in some cases not even as much, like the center torso, 29, not 32. So yeah, it's not even close to fully armored. And it's going to be slow on this map with all these woods because it doesn't have jump jets. All the rest of my guys have jump jets, at least 5. So the Blackjack and the Stinger we're not going to have trouble catching up to, but the Griffins I'm worried about. And I want to take down at least one of the Griffins, and the Blackjack, I would consider that a win, because that's at least 50% of their battle value. Oh, and as far as riding the backup mech, it won't be very long until we finally get around to that mech base where I deploy friggin' everyone. So yeah, hopefully there will be a lot of XP. I was basically planning on including our Atlas and Archer in the Op 4 for that battle, the mech base battle. Which means we're gonna have to fight them, and I guess the pirates or whoever we're taking this planet from had repaired them already, because they're gonna be in good shape. I think they're not gonna be in the kind of shape they're in right now. Let me start with the trebuchet. And there's so many woods. Let me start here, facing this way. We can bounce down here, maybe kind of work our way up this way. I don't know. And the spider, who is going to be excellent at harassing their stinger, I think I want him to start in these heavy woods. Alright, we've got people deploying on round 3. We've lost initiative. Everyone's at 100%. Let's go. Where are they? Oh, they all deployed behind the trebuchet. Trebuchet, can you move 5 hexes for that +2 TMM? And not expose your back. Please don't blow up on me. Spider. Okay, so the Blackjack is in the back of the trebuchet. Which might be a bad thing, because he's got medium lasers, and the trebuchet has like 6 back armor, I think. Okay, the Griffin is at 3 hexes from the Spider. That's not bad, that's under his minimum range. We've got him in the back on 8s. That's going to be everything, because we're heat neutral when we do that. The trebuchet has a medium laser in his left arm that he can fire, so we might as well do that on a 9. Everything else, that's going to be like a 14. Everything else is not going to reach. Alright, so the spider on 8s, hitting 3 out of 5 into the back of the griffin, hitting his right torso and center torso rear, as well as his right arm. The blackjack on 8s, missing the trebuchet with everything, and the trebuchet missing the blackjack in return. We will, I think, try to kick the griffin. Oh, or do we try to punch him? We've got a pair of 9s versus a 7. I think I'm going to go for the 7. I'd like to knock him down, and we missed, but at least we didn't fall down ourselves. Their blackjack is now at 7 heat, so that's going to be a movement penalty. Not that he cares because he's got jump jets, but he won't be able to keep firing like he has been because I think he alpha struck. Whatever. Oh, I guess we lost initiative. I wasn't paying that close of attention. And we can get Trebuchet to move 6 hexes. Just further than the blackjack's going to be able to go. We'll go 7 hexes to here. And take pot shots at that sensor return, which I assume is the stinger. Right. The stinger on 9s, or... hear me out, we've got the griffin on the right side on 8s. That is the griffin that we already hurt his right arm. That's his PPC arm, so maybe we can hit him with some more lasers. Let's see, the trebuchet still taking fire from the blackjack, who flipped his arms. We are going to have a 12 to hit him. That's not likely to happen. But we're not at a good range for him either. We're in the minimum range of his autocannons and medium range of his lasers. Spider hits the griffin in the head, forcing his first consciousness check, and the medium laser to the right arm, critting on his lower arm. So that is going to be a targeting penalty for that PPC. The blackjack missing on 11s and 10s, the stinger missing on 11, the trebuchet missing on a 12. Blackjack is now at 8 heat, so that is going to be a targeting penalty for him. And we've lost initiative going into round 3. That said, we are deploying on round 3 as well. I think I want the Cronus with his energy weapons over here chasing this blackjack. He should be able to catch up before too long. The Wolverine, I would like to chase down this griffin. And the quick draw, I think we'll also be chasing down the griffin, but he's going to start here and make his way this way. Let's see, so we've lost initiative for movement. I'm going to have the Wolverine book it. He's moving 6 hexes, which at least is further than he can jump, so that's not bad. The quick draw is going to pull a similar maneuver. Let's see, stiletto should actually have been facing the other way. Whoops. We can get eyes on the blackjack. That's actually short range for our large laser, and that's in his back arc. So that might be worth doing. We can get a free turn, so we might as well do that. And the spider will be jumping into the back of the fresh griffin. Trebuchet. Ooh, we can get in close on this griffin. We've got medium lasers. He's got a PPC. We want the range to be 1 hex from him. Let's see, the Wolverine hasn't got any targets, does he? No. The Quick Draw hasn't got any targets either. The Cronus has the Blackjack on 5 and some 7s. We'll push 3 heat to get into the back of him with some pulse lasers and SRMs. Let's see, the Trebuchet at the Griffin, that's going to be the 3 mediums on 8s. Ugh, single heat sinks. I don't know how you do it, buddy. That's going to be a bunch of 7s into the back of that Griffin. Cronus at the Blackjack hits him in the left torso rear, critting on a laser and a heat sink, leaving him with 9 structure. Medium pulse lasers, 2 of them to the center torso rear, leaving him with 11 structure, but not getting the crit. The Trebuchet at the Griffin hits him in the left torso with a medium laser. The Spider hits him in the center and right torso rear with lasers, and also a small to the left arm. Blackjack took 20 plus damage, needs a 9 to stay standing because he sprinted, gets a 7. Falls on his left side, taking 5 to the arm. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets an 8. Needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 6. And the Griffin, we can try to kick him on a 6. We can try to kick him on a 7. But if we fail, we're pretty likely to fall. We can't punch. We fired lasers from both arms. We're more likely than not gonna hit him. Spider kicks him in the right leg for 6. He's down to 12. The Trebuchet needs a 7, gets a 6, but does not fall down, barely, with another 6. The Griffin does roll Snake Eyes on his piloting check. He falls on his head and left arm, taking his first consciousness check, which he gets an 8. And then he also passes his seatbelt check with an 11. Trebuchet is at 1 heat, their Blackjack is at 1 heat, our Cronus is at 3 heat, that's fine. We can cool it with one of the pulse lasers next turn maybe. Or maybe not. We won initiative, but only by virtue of our bonus. We're still at 100%, they're at 92% of their forces. And I guess we won initiative. I, again, failed to notice. Stiletto can move 5 hexes. We might as well jump 5 hexes. It's more heat, but it's also, we're going to be shooting through these heavy woods. So yeah, I think that's worthwhile. We'll chill with the SRM4s because they're going to be at medium range. That'll let us cool down just a little bit. Let's see. Wolverine is just going to book it as far as he can. That's 7 hexes. The quick draw is going to have to wait for the Trebuchet. Trebuchet is going to, I guess, go for those heavy woods. It's not very evasive and it's not very fast, but what do you want? I guess we could go there with the extra movement points. That'll give us a bit more of a straight shot next turn. Let's see. We've still got the quick draw left. The quick draw is going to advance with the Wolverine. That leaves the Spider, who is going to dump 7 hexes into woods and hopefully kick him a stinger. The Blackjack tries to get up, needs a 6, gets a 5, so he falls back down and hits his left leg for 5, down to 12 armor there. Needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets the 6. On his second attempt, he needs an 8, gets a 12, because he's sprinting now. But he does succeed. The Griffin, also sprinting, needs a 7, gets a 7. The Spider's got the Griffin on 10s. We might as well take those shots. The trebuchet is gonna have this griffin on an 11, so he barely has a shot at all. Wolverine does not have a shot on the griffin through the woods. Does have a shot on the blackjack. Needs a 5 to hit with solid slug ammunition. We'll take that. And a pair of 7s, and another pair of 7s, and the SRMs are also a 7. So the Wolverine is actually going to be getting into the blackjack. The quick draw is going for the back of the griffin. That's... Oh, I think that's his right side, actually. But if we can disable his PPC, that would be nice. We've got him on a 9 and some 11s. We'll go up to 2 heat on an 11. We might have a hard time catching up to him after this turn. And Stiletto has the blackjack on 4s, looks like. Maybe not the ER large. Yeah, that'd be 9 heat over if we fired everything. I don't want to do that. I'll take 3 heat under instead. It's 8 points of damage versus 9 points of heat. I don't think that's worth it. The Spider on 10s, missing with everything. The Trebuchet on an 11, missing. The Wolverine at the Blackjack, missing with the LBX. Father. Medium pulse to the center torso down to 12. Medium pulse to the right leg down to 12. 2 SRMs to the left leg and center torso down to 10 and 10. Quick draw at the Griffin hits him in the right leg for 5, down to 7. And the Cronus at the Blackjack hits him in the center torso with a medium pulse laser, down to 4. Left leg with a medium pulse, left arm with left arm with a medium pulse and 3 SRMs. So he's down to 2 structure there, narrowly avoided getting 3 crits with a 4, a 5, and a 6. But he is about to lose that left arm, and with it, a significant portion of his firepower. He needs a 9 to stay standing, he gets the 9. The Spider will be trying to kick the Griffin on a 9. No, I don't think so. We're trying to punch him on a pair of 11s. We missed twice, but he also missed on a 12, got a 4. Everyone's cooling down except the quick draw is up to 2 heat. We've won initiative again, and again only by virtue of our +1 bonus. We're still at 100% of our forces, they're at 88% of theirs. If they don't stop sprinting, they're gonna get away. Alright, Trebuchet, can you follow him? Yes, you can, and you can get right side shots with all of your lasers. Let's see, a quick draw. Can move 5 hexes in this direction. Wolverine can also move. Actually, he can move 7 hexes. In this terrain, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got the Griffin in the back at short range for the LBX. I think, yeah, I think that Griffin is going to be taking a lot of fire in the back this turn from the quick draw and the Wolverine. So I think I'm going to have the Wolverine go last and try to crit him out with the LBX. Let's see, Cronus can run over here and face down the Blackjack face to face, who jumped forward for a TMM of 2, and he didn't sprint this turn, so he is going to be potentially shooting back. We seem to have lost sight of the Stinger and the other Griffin. Spider, do your thing. We're gonna jump into those heavy woods. Oh, and we are face to face with a Stinger, which we will shoot at on 9s. The trebuchet on the right side of the griffin on 8. We'll take 3 of those and be 1 heat over. The quick draw into the back of the griffin, if I'm not mistaken, on 8s and 10s. We'll go 4 heat over in that case. And the Wolverine has the griffin on 10s, looks like. 10s with everything except the LBX is going to be a 7. Hopefully we can land that and some other shots. That puts us heat neutral. Last but not least, the Cronus. We'll be firing on the Blackjack with, I think, everything, because she took a cooldown turn last turn and she did not jump this turn. So yeah, that's going to put us 3 heat over, and I saw his armor is badly depleted. The Blackjack missing 3 medium lasers on 9s. The Spider hitting the Stinger in the left torso with a medium laser, down to 2 armor there. Trebuchet at the Griffin hits him in the left torso critical, but doesn't get the effect. Quick draw at the Griffin hits him in the center torso rear with the large laser, critting on his engine. Griffin number 2 is in rough shape. And then a medium laser to the center torso rear, critting on his gyro, and down to 7 structure. The Wolverine missing with everything but the LBX, and the LBX critting on the engine again. The Cronus at the Blackjack hitting him in the left leg with a large laser, down to 7 structure. Right torso, right arm, left torso, and center torso and right leg take SRMs. Sorry, that wasn't very clear. The right torso, left torso, and right arm take pulse lasers, and SRMs to the center torso and right leg. The center torso is down to 2. And the Spider will be trying to kick the Stinger on an 8. More likely gonna miss, possibly gonna fall down. Stiletto will also be kicking the Blackjack on a 4. Hopefully we get him in his busted leg. Alright, so the Spider misses his kick but stays standing. Cronus kicks the Blackjack in his damaged left leg and destroys it, transferring into the left torso where he's got 4 armor remaining. Blackjack falls on his right side, taking 5 damage to the left arm, which destroys it and transfers into the left torso, leaving him with 1 armor. Needs a 12 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 7. Needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 10. The Spider and the Trebuchet are at 1 heat. Their Blackjack is at 3 heat. Their Griffin is at 1 heat. Our Quick Draw is at 4, and our Cronus is at 3. So a couple of our boys starting to heat up a little bit. We've lost initiative even with our bonus, but we're still at 100%. They're down to 76%, and one of them is legless. I guess, did we win initiative? Yeah, they must have. Griffin, crippled, did not move. 2 hits KO. Okay. Must have tried to stand up, probably sprinting, busted gyro, fell down, knocked the pilot unconscious. She's going to need a 5 to wake up with 2 hits. Lynette Emini. So she's probably going to be waking up here soon, but that does mean that we're going to have at least a turn or so of free shots. I don't want to give the free shots to the Trebuchet. Do we sprint with the Trebuchet? Yeah, I think we do. I want to try to stay up with the fight. Let's see. Quick draw. We'll walk forward 3 hexes and to the back of the Griffin. Wolverine will run 5 hexes. I guess taking a cooldown turn or something. The Stinger and the Griffin are getting away from everyone except the Spider. Okay, the Blackjack ejected, I believe. Yeah. So that is Stiletto got the BJ1. And And for her next trick, she will start sprinting this direction for a total of 6 hexes. Let's see, the spider will be jumping into the back of the griffin. It's only 6 hexes, so the evasion won't be there, but against the griffin at a range of 1, I don't think we have much to worry about. We need 9s, he's gonna need like 12s, if he could even get the angle on us. Oh, do we go for the head? She is a 3-5 pilot. We could try capturing her. Actually, the trebuchet doesn't have a shot. The trebuchet has no shot at all. Let's see, the Wolverine also does not have a shot on anyone except the Griffin. Let's go for autocannon shot to the right arm, try to disable that PPC. And we might as well fire, you know, just everything we've got the heat sinks for, which is everything. And then the quick draw, might as well continue the tradition of firing into that busted right arm, or soon to be busted right arm. And we'll go 2 heat over with the SRMs. Stiletto sprinted, so she doesn't have a shot with anyone. The spider hitting the griffin in the left torso rear, where it was fresh. It still has 1 armor after that. The Wolverine at the griffin hits him in the right arm with the LB-10X, medium pulse laser to the right leg, medium pulse laser to the right arm, followed by another, destroying the PPC and the arm. Medium laser to the center torso down to 9, and 2 SRMs to the left torso and right leg, almost critting on the leg. Quick draw into the back of the griffin, hits him in the right torso rear, critting on his LRM-10 ammo and blowing up the griffin. The pilot ejects safely, taking 1 point of damage for a total of 5 hits. She was unconscious, yeah. There's a +3 modifier for her being unconscious when she ejects. Griffin taking more damage to the left torso rear, center torso rear, center torso rear. There's nothing left of that griffin. Spider into the back of the other griffin. We can kick him on an 8. That's worth a shot. Quick draw is not going to be stepping on the pilot. We did kick the griffin in the right leg for 6. He's down to 12 armor. He does not fall down, however. Quick draw is at 2 heat. Everyone else is running cool. They're down to 38% of their forces, including just the griffin and a stinger. Let us start with the trebuchet. Try to keep up. That's 5 hexes. That's as far as the griffin can jump, at least. Wolverine can only run 3 hexes, so we'll be jumping to get the extra couple. Probably the same thing with the quick draw. Yeah, we can only run 4, so we might as well jump. Cronus can sprint 5 hexes, probably better off jumping. And the spider, actually, we can run over here to the stinger. That gives us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexes, or +3 evasion. And Hadi von den Uden does not seem to have any special abilities. It's odd for a veteran. I was hoping he would have hopping jack so that we could jump and be more evasive, but it looks like it's just going to be a run for us. On the stinger, and we need 7s. It's going to be everything. Trebuchet at the griffin. We've got 2 heat now, and we've got a pair of LRM-15s that we can hit them on 12s. 5, 7 for running, 8, 9, 10 for his movement, 11, 12 for the woods in between. I guess that makes sense. We'll go up to 2 heat to fire some LRMs on 12s. Wolverine has no target. Quick draw probably has no target. No. And the Cronus does not have a target. The spider hits the stinger in the head for 5, leaving it with 1 armor and forcing Amy's first consciousness check. She makes an 11. Medium laser to the right leg leaves it with 2 armor. Trebuchet missing on 12s. The Griffin missing on an 11. And we can try to kick the stinger. We can do that on a 6. That's 72% likely to hit. And he is prone because we destroyed his right leg with that kick. Automatically falls, takes 2 to the right torso, needs a 13 to avoid hurting the pilot, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets an 8. And the Trebuchet is at 2 heat, everyone else is running cool. I'm feeling like that spider is gonna be the MVP of this match. They're down to 35% of their forces. Yeah, spider ejected, quite messily from the look of it. Trebuchet is going to run forward 7 hexes. Wolverine is going to run forward 6 hexes. Quick draw can make it 5 hexes. The Cronus might as well jump. And the spider can walk and get behind the Griffin. Oh, that is... he did not go very far. Stinger successfully ejects, destroyed by ejection. And the spider, we're gonna hold off on that. Trebuchet at the Griffin on 12s. We'll do the medium lasers just to cool down. Actually, no. 9 plus 2 is 11, so that's actually heating up. On 12s, we'll... there's no reason not to. We'll go ahead and take the shot. There's nothing wrong with being 3 heat over. We're not going to get a better shot next turn. Stiletto hasn't got a shot. We've got him on 10s with the LBX. We might as well do that. The pulse lasers are out of range. The mediums and the SRM on 12s. That gives us a chance to cool down, as if we needed it. The quick draw on a 12 with the large laser as well. Last but not least, the spider on 7s into that juicy rear arc. Trebuchet missing on 12s. The Wolverine actually landed a medium laser on the right torso. Nice rolling. The Griffin missing on 12s and 11s. The quick draw missing. The spider landing a hit on the right arm, critting on the PPC. That's his main gun down. And then another medium laser to the left torso, critting on 2 of his jump jets. So that is quite a lot of his mobility down as well. Now we are closing in for the kill. And we can kick him on a 6. Hopefully we knock him down. No, we missed, but we stayed standing at least. Trebuchet is at 3 heat. The Griffin is at 7 because he alpha striked and I think jumped. We're at 100%. They're at 18%. And I don't think they've landed a hit yet, have they? Trebuchet, I think, gonna move to there. Wolverine to there. Quick draw can go, I think, there. Try to cover as much ground as possible. Okay, and he... down to just his LRMs and 3 jump jets, is not making it very far this turn. Stay facing that way in case we decide to run next turn. We've got Trebuchet has him on the right side on 10s. We'll go 4 heat over for that. Gradually building up that heat on that Trebuchet. Stiletto has no target except the pilot. Wolverine has the Griffin on a 9. And some 11s and some more 11s. We'll go heat neutral on 11s. The quick draw does not have a shot on the Griffin. And the Spider has him in the back on 6s with everything. Let's see if we can catch that ammo. 5 potential crits in his back arc. Trebuchet missing on 10s, the Wolverine missing on 9s and 11s, the Spider on 6s, missing 3 out of 5 on 6s, but medium laser to the left torso rear, critting on a heat sink and the gyro. Oh, he's going down, and he's going down hard. And the Spider is definitely the MVP of this match. Those rear shots are just absolutely destroying them. Small laser to the right leg. He needs a 7 to stay standing, gets an 8. So he's not down yet. But if we can land a kick, we can force another piloting check. Needs a 7, gets a 7. He's still standing. Got 12 armor left on that left leg. And we're at 4 heat. Everyone else is at 0. They're down to 17% of their forces. Let's see. Trebuchet is going to run forward 6 hexes. We're closing in on that right side of the map, but it's too little too late, I fear. I mean, I fear for him. He's not gonna make it. We're gonna stop him. We can jump into these heavy woods. The quick draw can actually move 6 hexes, so we'll go ahead and do that. And the Spider, I guess we'll jump into these woods. He's down to just an LRM 10, so he's not much of a threat. Griffin runs with a damaged gyro, needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 4, falls down, takes 6 to the left leg and center torso. Needs a 7 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6, needs a 5 to stay conscious, gets a 10. And the Spider is going to unload on him from the right side. Actually, that's his front arc. The Trebuchet on his left side looks like on 13s. How does that work? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I guess. Oh. The Wolverine on the left side of the Griffin has him on a 10 with the autocannon and 12s with everything else. We'll go up to 3 heat for that, just for a chance at glory. Quick draw has no shot. Stiletto has no shot. Spider hits him in the center torso and the right arm, down to 3 structure on that arm. Followed that with a small laser to the right arm. There's no more right arm. Wolverine missing on 10s and 12s. Everyone else missing or not having a shot. We will kick him on the front, needing a 5 because he's prone and adjacent. We hit him in the left leg where he has 1 armor left. Our Wolverine is now at 3 heat. Everyone else is running cool. We're at 100%. They're at 15. Is he trying to get away? I wonder. Clearly he's won initiative, so he's going to go last. Let's see. Trebuchet will move to here 5 hexes in case he decides to make a break for it to his home edge or his retreat edge. Wolverine. Move 6 hexes. I guess that works. Quick draw and move 5 hexes. So we are not being especially close to him. Let's see. Cronus. Move 5 hexes as well. And Spider, I think, is going to stand still in case he can't get up. He needs a 9 to get up. He gets an 8. Oh, he was sprinting with a damaged gyro. He lands on his left leg, which goes internal and crits on his hip. Needs a 9 to avoid hurting the pilot. Now he needs a 9 to stand up without sprinting because he's got a busted hip and a busted gyro. But he does get up, which means that he's a better target for everyone except the Spider. The Trebuchet doesn't have a shot. Wolverine doesn't have a shot. Quick Draw has him on 5s. Oh, this is going to force a PSR for sure. And Stiletto has him on 4s, looks like. 4s and a 6 with the SRMs. No gyro, I saw that. Able to stand on 9s? I know, freaking lucky as heck. Wish we could roll like that too, but we fail on 4s and 5s. And sometimes 3s. Spider hits him in the left arm twice and the left torso once. Hits him in the right torso and the left arm with 2 more lasers. The Quick Draw hits him in the right leg and the center torso. And the right torso. 5 SRMs to the right torso. Left torso, right torso. We got the LRM ammo. And there's no more Griffin. So that is going to be Team 1 victory. We're not going to step on the pilot. Let's go ahead. We'll call that a victory right there. Pilot Baltzar Ditmar needs a 10 to wake up, stays unconscious with an 8. Yeah, bye-bye Griffin is right. Yes, we save the salvage. Yes, we save it. We've got... yeah, we controlled the battlefield all right. We obliterated them. Took very little... Took no damage. No one got hurt. The Blackjack and the Stinger are both inoperable. Everything else got blowed up by ammunition explosion. But we're not going to take either the Blackjack or the Stinger. I want to save some of our percentage for next mission, when hopefully we can salvage both our Atlas and our Archer. Now that was Stiletto got the Blackjack. And I believe that was Hadi who got the Stinger, if I'm not mistaken. And that Spider really was the MVP. I'm surprised that the Quick Draw got the 2 Griffins, because it really seemed like the Spider did a lot of work on their rear arc. We did preserve the Trebuchet. I don't know why that's glitched out. We can call that a decisive victory. We absolutely stopped any of them from getting anywhere near across the field. Let's see. So next up, going to track 0. It is Tuesday. We've got minimal repairs that need to be done. We'll be able to knock those out tomorrow. We've got all the support points in the world. We've got 5 support points and 3 victory points. If that's not enough to take out this mech base, I do want to wait until I've got all 3 of my functioning lances up and running. So that means 1 more day for Earl. That's gonna be 2 more days for Tentacle Shogun. Do we just bring every lance we've got? Is that the plan? Do we spend 3 support points to just overrun them with everything? Or do we leave maybe one of our lances out? Either way, we're going to advance the day... Oh. We did Oh, that's ammunition for the SRMs. Yeah, let's advance the day. We've got maintenance on a bunch of things. Numbtooth Bum, hey, how's it going? Glad you could join us. Welcome to the party. You just missed the end of a mission. We were harassing the enemy and we actually ended up completely destroying them. Our next mission is to take on this mech base, which is giving the enemies reinforcement on pretty much every mission. If we can take it without destroying it, it'll give us reinforcements on every mission from here out. So that's exciting. In the repair bay, we've got the Cronus needs some reloading. We can have Dulfikar doing our reloading. And the quick draw just also needs some reloading as well. So yeah, we are actually ready to roll. I'm trying to learn how to play this. I do apologize, but my stream is kind of more intended for people who are familiar with the game. I don't tend to spend a lot of time explaining how the rules work. Or at least I don't feel like I do. Rank may be able to correct me if that's just my perception. But yeah, this is the between missions interface. Okay, so you know tabletop. It's just, I guess, MekHQ that you're curious about then. We've been running this campaign since, what was it, 3045 or 3046? So we're pretty well established at this point. We've got a ton of personnel, we've got a ton of mechs in the hangar. We started with 4 mechs and 4 pilots, and we've come a long way since then. But yeah, where were we? We were debating how to assault this mech base. We've got all of our forces available. I think I want to start with Mariana Lance because they have less of a battle value. So I think that the Op4 will be less unbalanced. I'm going to start with that. And that creates a mission in the briefing room. Hostile facility will occur on the 14th, it says. Let me double check that. That is actually happening on the 13th, according to the briefing room. We've got an allied force. We've got a Scorpion 1N, a Phoenix Hawk, an Avenging Angel, and a Thunderbolt as allies. We've got 7 enemy turrets. We've got an enemy Op4 of 11,000 points, including, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 lances of mixed mechs and tanks. We've got their mech garrison is another 7,000 points, including a 1-2 pilot and a Thunderbolt 5 SS. And they've got reinforcements in 4,000 points almost of tanks, including a Shrek PPC carrier, a Behemoth, and an Axle. What's an Axle? Autocannon 20, LRM 10 machine guns. Okay, so also something to watch out for. This is going to be an absolutely massive battle. We're going to have 4 or 5 lances on our side, bunch of turrets, bunch of primary Op4, bunch of garrison and reinforcements. So the terrain is going to be light urban, town ruin, 40 by 60, daylight, snowfall. Snowfall is good for mechs, bad for infantry. Since we're going to be bringing a lot of mechs, I think I'm okay with that. We do have a reroll if we want it. I might use that on some of the terrain. Oh, it froze for you. I'm sorry. Were you able to get it fixed? Are you working on it? Okay, you're back now? Good deal. What was the last thing you heard before it froze for you? Was I just complaining about how overwhelming this enemy force is? Because it feels like I've been doing that for a minute. We're also going to send Tonga Lance. That cost us a support point. We're going to send Galatea Lance. Do we send Galatea? I know we're sending Aleutian Lance. Okay, so we're bringing at least 3 lances. They're bringing like 5. A lot. Okay, and that will be happening on the 13th, so we've actually got some time to kill between now and then. We've got nothing in the repair bay. Actually, Tentacle Shogun will be fixed up by the time it's this battle rolls around. So we're actually fine on that if we wanted to bring him. But there isn't anyone waiting to be taken care of. Nothing to fix in the warehouse, nothing to fix in the repair bay. Yeah, I think we've just got a couple days to kill. We've got the Jenner refit, we've got the Rifleman refit, and the Warhammer is down to about 4 days. So that's exciting. A bunch of parts that we don't have available. Yeah, the procurement list is going to be hanging around until we finish this contract, and we're no longer on planting, doing a planetary assault. So that's going to be the 13th. Might as well skip another day. Hostile recon is today. Oh, recon? What? What are our objectives exactly? Destroy or rout 75% of all hostile units. Scan the buildings designated by the turrets. Leave intact the following forces to be able to take control of the facility. Okay, so it's a recon in force. We can do it by destroying all of the enemies except the turrets, or we can just destroy the turrets, or we can scan them. Either way, I don't think we're going to be able to finish this battle tonight, just based on the sheer scale of what's going on. Because we're bringing a force of 26,000 points, which is frankly kind of ridiculous. Now, let me see here. We've got some reinforcements arriving on round 4 and some reinforcements arriving on round 9. Now, Hoser has a point of strategy, which means that all of his lance should be reinforcing a turn sooner. So we're going to configure them to arrive on round 8. And they'll be arriving in the west. We're deploying in the northwest. We've got enemy reinforcements arriving on round 15. We've got quite a lot, quite a long list of enemy forces to deal with. Let me sort these guys by battle value, so we know who's the big bad. Obviously the Thunderbolt 5SS with the 1-2 pilot. It's got a PPC, 3 medium lasers, and an SRM-6. Carpathize, hi, how are you? Hey, I didn't see you for a second there. Doing well. You're just in time to watch the beginning of us assaulting that mech base that we've been talking about for the last few weeks. We've got a 5S on our side as well. That's the standard 5S with the large laser and the LRM-15. Not as good of a pilot as the pilot in their Thunderbolt, though. Let's see. They've also got a 3-4 and an Archer with an SPA. Pain Resistance and Sensor Geek. Sensor Geek. Natural Aptitude Piloting in the Condor. And Sandblaster, which has nothing to sandblast with. The Vedette has Natural Aptitude Gunnery, and that's an Autocannon 2 Vedette, so I'm not too worried about that. And Weapon Specialist. What kind of Weapon Specialist? We want probably the Autocannon 2. Pilot has Weapon Specialist SRM2. Interesting. So yeah, that's about the smallest, puniest weapon on there besides the machine gun that he could be specialized in. We've got a 2-2 and a Pack Rat, which has an SRM6. We've got a pair of Saladins with a 4-5 and a 4-6 pilot. But the big bad of the primary Op 4 is actually a 1-4 and a Wolfhound. Large laser, 4 mediums, 1 in the rear. We've got a 3-3 and a Blackjack, who is the second biggest bad of the enemy Op 4. The Hetzer with the LRM 15s. Centurion with the 9A, which is the basic Autocannon 10, LRM 10 Centurion. What else? Let's take a look at the map before we begin. Right off the bat, I'm seeing a lot of rough terrain that I would like to do something about. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's... Now, Numbtooth, I don't know if you're familiar with the way that I play as far as the rerolls go, but I have a house rule where you can use a reroll and to randomize a parameter, or you can use it to shift it by 1 degree. So in this case, I'm going from high to medium on the rubble as my 1 reroll, and we're going to take a look at how that affects the map. Still quite a lot of rubble. But I guess that's all we can do because we only have 1 reroll. Now we're deploying on the northwest and the west, was it? Yes, the northwest and the west on round 4 and round 8. Our allies are deploying in the northwest as well. The enemies are deploying in the center. Their reinforcements are deploying in the southeast. So we're basically going to be going opposite each other. I guess with no further ado, did Vernita want to spend any XP? I guess not. It's a little late now. Alright, so we've lost initiative going into the deployment phase. We've got lots of reinforcements still coming. Everyone, forces still at 100%. Yeah, you can modify pretty much every setting in the lobby. You can build forces, you can delete forces, you can have forces switch sides, all kinds of fun stuff. You can customize the pilots as far as like their abilities and their special abilities. You can customize damage, which reminds me, we need to add in a couple of mechs to the enemy Op 4 that I forgot about. But first, Vernita's going to go ahead and take Melee Master. Alright, so we're going to start the game again. We're going to make the change to the map again that we made before. Oh, it's under civilization. Yeah, rebel down to medium. Okay. Select units. Add a combat unit. non-boxed set, I think. We're looking for an Atlas. Is that advanced? No, that's experimental. No. Not intro tech, because it's got double heat sinks. Is it not going to let me add the Atlas and the Archer that I was... I don't think it's going to let me. Don't know how to proceed with that then. Other than to say, I guess if they, well, let me try the Archer. Archer C, Archer 2RB, 1M. No, I'm not seeing my custom Archer, so I can't add it to the battle like I was planning on doing. So yeah, I guess that's not going to work unless we add them to our side and then I would have to undo all the damage to them. That sounds like a lot of work. Alright, we're just going to, we're going to say that when we take the base, the mechs were inside. I think that's what we're going to do. We actually won initiative this time. That was not my intention, but I'm not going to say no. Now, our allies are probably going to rush into the enemy base, which is not what I want them to do. I want them to hang back and wait for reinforcements. But it looks like the enemy is already starting to gear up on the north end of this map. We could, and maybe even we want to, start down here and flank them. That does run the risk of getting overwhelmed from the south. Is the AI fairly competent? I would say marginally, but not like a human player. Not by a fairly wide margin. That is generally why the AI is given more forces to play with, is to counteract that. If you're playing against the bot and you're playing with the basic rules as they are, and you just let it generate missions for you, you will generally be outnumbered and outgunned. To make up for the fact that the AI is not as smart as a human player. Alright. Our Banshee is a sniper. I think we can snipe from here. Actually, do we want to go there and use partial cover? Yeah, I think that's the plan. And the rifleman will sit back in these woods and fire at range. Alright, we've lost initiative going into round 1, reinforcements on round 4, round 8, and round 15. Everyone's still at 100% of their forces, and going into the first movement phase. Yarvik and the rifleman is going to run into those woods where he is going to camp. Thunderbolt is advancing, the Avenging Angel is advancing. Avenging Angels, if I'm not mistaken, they have more guns but less armor, right? He has, yeah, less armor than structure, looks like. But he's got a PPC. Oh no, he's faster, I think is what it is. Yeah, he's a 5.85 instead of the normal, I believe a Vindicator's 4.6, if I'm not mistaken. We'll walk forward, because we're not going to make it into cover this turn. So we'll walk this turn and then walk next turn into cover. sometimes too competent, but it varies. Yeah, and yes, you can also play PvP. I've got some videos up of me playing against Gribbly, which was a lot of fun. I know in the second one I might have sounded a little salty towards the end, and actually I really regret not recording our debriefing because we really did spend some time talking about how things went, how they could have been different, and it really helped ease the sting of losing so badly. But sadly, we didn't record it, and that is lost to time. So we've got an archer, a 2R archer, who's trying to close with us, which is not what he should be trying to do. Because we can get to 5 hexes from him, which is a good range for our weaponry. Not so much a good range for his. Actually, I want to get within 3 hexes of him. I've got all those medium lasers. It would be a shame not to use them. That said, I might spend next turn backpedaling because there's a lot of bad guys down here. But I'd like to knock out that archer as soon as possible. So he's not running around lobbing 40 LRMs a turn at me. Savannah Master, flanking and turning, needs a 5, gets a 9. Let's see, starting with the big guns. That's going to be the Banshee, has the highest average damage per hit. And we've got a Saladin that we can hit on 9s. So that's going to be both PPCs. We're going to have to skip the mediums and the SRMs. But we're definitely going to use cluster ammunition against the Saladin. Hopefully we can immobilize him. And then we've got the Condor on 12s. Why not? We've got the heat sinks for it. We'll go heat neutral. Let's see. Yarvik is not necessarily our biggest average damage dealer after that. I'm going to go with Earl. We've got the LBX. We've got the Archer on 7s, which is not bad. Actually, I think I want to skip the large laser. We'll throw in the small. We've got the Vedette on 10s. We'll do it like that. We'll do a dual targeting. We're not likely to hit with the LRMs. Actually, you know what? We're more likely to hit with the large laser than the LRMs, so we'll do that instead. And I think it's a more efficient use of our heat sinks. And we can hopefully knock that archer down hard this turn. And Yarvik. We're gonna go ultra mode with the autocannons. And we are probably gonna fire on the archer on 9s, I think. Yeah, we'll do the archer on 9s, and I think 1 heat is fine because we're going to be firing everything next turn as well, probably. Petra on 9s, missing with everything, 9s, 8s, and 12s. The Thunderbolt missing Earl on a 12. The Vedette missing Earl on 11s and 9s. The Condor hitting Petra in the center torso with a pair of autocannon 2s. The Scorpion taking pot shots at the buildings, which is not what we are trying to do. Stop that. The Condor landing a pair of autocannon 2s on Petra's center torso and left leg. Earl at the Archer landing a large laser to the leg, medium laser to the arm and torso, and the other leg. 5 SRMs, looks like mainly to the left side, but also the right torso. Autocannon 5 turret missing on a 10, LRM 10 turret landing 6 LRMs on Earl's right arm and torso. That's 40 LRMs coming out of that turret. Need to maybe pay attention to that. Our Thunderbolt missing building 2024 with some LRMs. Vedette number 2 missing on an 11. Yarvik at the Archer hits him in the center torso with a large laser. Missing with everything else. The Vedette hitting Petra in the left arm with an autocannon 2, and the triple LRM 10 turret landing 6 LRMs to the right torso and CT critical, critting on his rear-facing medium laser, which is fine, I guess. 8 more LRMs to the left leg and center torso. And the Archer hitting Yarvik in the right torso with a medium laser. That is going to be 5 points of heat, at least, on that Archer, because he did run. Is there a good place to find folks to play with? There is a Discord. There is a forum on the MegaMek.org website. There used to be games called MUXs, I'm told, back in the 90s, where you could just log on and play like someone basically at random. But I don't know if that's still a thing or not. It'd be nice if it is, but I haven't got the time to get into it personally, between work and this. Wolfhound hitting Earl in the right arm with a large laser, down to 21 armor there, and medium lasers to the left and right torso. Discord MegaMek site, you can find someone? Yeah. The MegaMek Discord is pretty active. There's also the Battletech Discord, which I believe has a channel for MegaMek, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. Archer needs a 6 to stay standing, gets an 11. Earl took 20 plus, needs a 5, gets a 7. Thunderbolt is at 0. Oh yeah, I forgot it was snowing. So everyone's going to be a little bit cooler. Wolfhound is up to 8 heat, so that's going to be movement and targeting penalties. The Archer is at 6 heat, which is going to be a movement penalty. Everyone else is at 1 or less. We've got reinforcements arriving in 2 more rounds. We've 1 initiative going into phase 2. They're at 99% of their forces. We're at 99.3% of ours. Let's see. It looks like we've 1 initiative. Or at least within our team we did. Yarvik will continue standing still and sniping from those woods. We've got the Saladin closing in on our Scorpion and Avenging Angel. We want Petra to do something about that. So we'll move into partial cover here. That gives us 4 hexes from the Saladin. That's good PPC range. Not so good at medium laser range, but we've got heat sinks and lots of lasers. So maybe we can land a hit or 2. And if we get real lucky, we can immobilize him. Oh, the Scorpion decided to stand on top of him so that he can't be hit. Let's see, the Avenging Angel is TMM of 3, and he is in heavy wood, so that's +5 for target modifiers. The Phoenix Hawk has a TMM of 2, but that's also going to be medium range. He's a 4-6, so medium range is 6s, 7-8. Did he flank? He flanked, so that's 9-10. So I think the Phoenix Hawk is relatively safe, but I guess we'll see if he gets a lucky hit. Earl is going to back up and try to take less damage this turn. Condor needs 4s, gets 7s and 9s. The Savannah Master needs a 6, gets a 9. What have we got? I want Petra to go first. Big guns always. Oh, we've got a Saladin attacking her from the side. And a Condor attacking from the flank. Which Saladin do we go for? How about the one that no one else is targeting? Medium range, that's 9s. That's not stupendous. 11s. We'll go up to 4 heat. No. We want cluster. We wanted to try to hit him on an 8. 4 heat. Hopefully we don't lose a heat sink this turn. But yeah, that's... he needs an 11 to hit us. We need 8s, 9s, and 11s to hit him. Yarvik has the archer on 6s, so we'll go ahead and take those shots. And we'll throw in a 10 just to be a little bit over because of the cold. And Earl has the archer on, looks like 7s and probably 9s. We'll go another 7, and that'll be... we'll skip one of the mediums so that we can throw in the SRMs and only be 3 heat over. Alright, the Vedette missing on 12s and 8s, the Phoenix Hawk missing on 12s, the Condor landing 2 autocannon 2s on Earl's left torso, down to 23 armor there. Discord site. Talking while typing is not a good idea. Oh, I see. Discord MegaMek site. SIGHT. Play against the bot some, though, it can be a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, I agree, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. Saladin, missing Petra on an 11. Scorpion, shooting at the building, missed. The Condor, missing Petra on 7s. Petra at the Saladin, hits it in the left side, hits it in the front, costing it 2 movement points, and almost all of its side armor, or all of its side armor, and a significant chunk of its front. The medium lasers and SRMs all miss. The LBX also misses. That's a shame. I was really hoping the LBX would hit with like 7 or 8 hits. The Blackjack hits Earl in the center torso, critical on his engine. Ouch. That's gonna slow him down for a turn. LRM 10 turret missing on 8s. The Thunderbolt hitting building 2025, locking the turret. The Vedette hitting Earl in the right and left arm with autocannon 2 fire. The Phoenix Hawk missing on 10s. Yarvik at the Archer hits him in the left arm and left torso with large lasers. Hits him in the right torso with the Ultra autocannon 5 before it jams. Left arm and center torso with the other one. Left arm is down to 7 armor. Missed with the medium laser. The LRM 10 turret lands 8 LRMs on Earl's center torso and right arm. Saladin missing the Phoenix Hawk on a 10 with a 5. Lucked out there. The Wolfhound missing Earl on an 8. The Vindicator missing on 10s. The Hetzer missing on 10s. Archer missing on 7s. Nice. And Earl hits the Archer in the left leg and left torso with the 2 big guns, down to 4 and 1 armor there. All the medium lasers miss. The LRMs miss. The Archer takes 40 plus damage, needs a 6, gets a 5, takes 7 damage to the arms, needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 5, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets an 8. Yeah, it's definitely something where I would recommend practicing as much as possible, because there are certain little quirks and just, I don't want to say glitches, and I don't want to say I don't know, there's just it's difficult to just sit down and play. It takes a significant investment of time to get used to the way it controls and understand what you're doing and which buttons do what. Like a lot of the time there'll be buttons down here and you'll be like, why can't I use that? And it's because of some obscure rule that you didn't know about. Or something like that. Value the social aspect of games the most, though? Hey, yeah, definitely, for sure. If I could ever get a Wednesday off, actually, there's a bar near here that does Battletech on Wednesdays. But I haven't been able to make it up there in like months. So I do what I can with this place and you guys. This is my Battletech community right here. And I'm glad you guys are here for it. Let's see. Yarvik is at 3 heat. The Wolfhound is up to 6, or down to 6, I should say. The Phoenix Hawk is up to 5. The Archer is up to 8, so that's going to be movement and targeting penalties. Earl is up to 8 from that engine hit. Petra is at 4. Scorpion and the Phoenix Hawk are at 2. Everyone else is running cool. Round 3, we've won initiative. We've got reinforcements arriving next turn. Let's see what we've got. The Archer went prone. Yarvik will continue standing still, I think. Earl, I think, will continue to back up and try to avoid taking damage. Oh yeah, we've only got 2 hexes, and we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll be medium range for all of the Wolfhound's guns, but close range for our LBX. So yeah, I think I'm gonna target the Wolfhound this turn. And Petra has a Condor on her flank, and a Savannah Master, which was just needlessly evasive. Where did Saladin go? The Saladin appears to be making its way off the map. It is crippled. Still has its gun. It's still dangerous. I think we're going to stand where we are and try to shoot this Saladin, though. Because I suspect the Thunderbolt is going to continue shooting the building. The Phoenix Hawk is at medium range, so he's probably not going to be able to hit. This thing is pretty evasive with a TMM of 3. That's going to be medium range for our PPCs. So we're going to need, what, like 5s, I think, to hit him? No, like 6s. Because I think 2 gunnery, 2 range, 2 targeting. Or 3 targeting. So 7s, I think. Thunderbolt entered rubble, needs a 2, gets a 7. Archer tries to get up on a 4, gets a 3, falls on his right leg and torso, down to 16 and 15. Needs a 4 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 7. Stays down, crucially. Condor needs 4s, gets 9s. The Savannah Master needs 5s, gets 7s and 6s. So everyone succeeded other than the Archer. Yarvik, I think, is going to continue wailing on the Archer on 6s. Oh, and we forgot to unjam our autocannon. We'll build up 3 heat with a medium laser, just because of the weather. Yarvik at the Wolfhound, we've got him on 8s. That's not as good as I was hoping. 8s and 10s. Ooh. We're gonna have to cool it with the mediums, or the large, I should say. We'll do LRMs on a 9, the SRM on a 10. That puts us 4 heat over. Um, yeah, I guess that works. Yeah, I guess that's gonna have to work. Petra taking fire from a Savannah Master and a Phoenix Hawk and a turret. Laying fire onto the Saladin, who is attacking the Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt is attacking the rocket launcher turret again. The Phoenix Hawk at least is attacking the Saladin. And we've got him on 8s and a 7. I'll throw in a couple of 12s just to be heat neutral, but we're really trying to get his fuel tank with that LBX is the main reason we're shooting at him. The Phoenix Hawk, our allied Phoenix Hawk, at the Saladin, missing on 9s and 11s. The Vedette landing 2 SRMs on Earl's left leg and right arm, down to 14 armor on that arm. The Condor hits him with an autocannon 2 in the right arm, down to 12. Scorpion shooting building 2025, possible critical hit, stuns the crew. The Condor missing on 7s. Yarvik at the Archer hits him in the right torso and the left leg, going internal on the leg. Ultra Autocannon 5 fired to the left torso critical, critting on his LRM 20, so that's almost half his firepower down. The Blackjack missing on 10s, the LRM 10 turret landing 11 LRMs, no, more than that. 3 to the arm, 5 more to the arm and 3 to the leg, 5 to the other arm and the same leg. Phoenix Hawk missing. The Thunderbolt at the Saladin hits it in the front. Hits it in the left side, causing it minor motive system damage. Missing with everything else. The Savannah Master hits Earl in the right arm with a small laser, down to 9 armor there. Savannah Master hits Banshee in the right arm, down to 19 armor there. The Vedette hits Earl in the left leg for 2. Hits him in the center torso for 2. And Earl at the Wolfhound missing on 8s, 9s, and 10s. LRM 10 turret landing 12 LRMs on Earl's center torso and also to the left leg and left arm to a lesser degree. The Archer missing Earl on a 10. The Saladin hitting the Thunderbolt in the center torso with that big bad gun, down to 10 armor. The Avenging Angel missing on 7s and 11s. The Wolfhound hitting Earl in the right leg, center torso, and left leg with medium laser fire. Centurion missing Earl on a 12. Petra at the Saladin, missing with the PPCs, missing with the medium lasers. 6 LBX pellets hit to the right side and rear, costing it half of its movement points. So he is now... let's see, he took, I think, 1 earlier, so that was 7. Then half is going to be down to 4. So he's going to be a 4-6, I think, from here out. Thunderbolt needs a 7 to stay standing, gets a 12. Earl needs a 6, gets a 10. Petra needs a 5, gets a 12. Let's see. Thunderbolt is at 2 heat. Yarvik is at 3. Wolfhound is at 6 still. Archer is at 6. Earl is at 4. The Scorpion and the Phoenix Hawk are both at 3. Everyone else is running cool. And we've won initiative going into round 4. We've got units deploying this turn. We're at 98.25%. They're at 93.9%. Start a Twitch channel playing the game. There's another Twitch channel we tend to raid after this one that has a group playing. Perhaps you could find someone there. Yeah, there is a pretty big community. Well, I don't know a big community, but on the MegaMek Discord, there is a channel for self-promotion. I used to promote myself there, but I stopped after a while because I didn't feel like it was bringing in much in the way of viewership. But there are other people who post there, like Casual Joker and Big Fluffy. Actually, I don't think Big Fluffy posts there. I came across Big Fluffy because one of his people came and viewed my stream, if I recall correctly. But yeah, I'll be rating them at the end of the stream if I remember to. Let's see, there's Casual Joker and who else? I'm forgetting some people. But yeah, if you go to the MegaMek Discord, um, or if you just hang out on Twitch long enough, you'll find some people. You can search Twitch for MegaMek, actually. That's how I found some people. Alright, so we've got another Lance inbound. Do we try to come in on this Hetzer and this Thunderbolt and this Centurion? Are we going for the flank? Or do we want to reinforce? Or do we do a combination of both? I think I want the Wolverine and these heavy woods here. So 1, 2, 4, 5. We'll start there and we'll jump. And then yeah, that'll be good. We've got the Cronus next. The Cronus can start making his way this way and get in on the flank of the Phoenix Hawk, maybe, especially if he's got the quick draw backing him up. And I do hear the AC kicking on, and I apologize. It is super hot here lately, so the AC has been struggling to keep up. That said, I do know my audio quality is not the best. I don't really know what to do about it. But I appreciate you guys' understanding and patience, as always. Let's see. How about we come in behind that Saladin, maybe, or the Condor? Yeah, let's send our spider up here to screen this northern section as much as possible. Yeah. All right. Yarvik needs to unjam his, yeah, we're gonna stay put. We're gonna unjam the rack, or the Ultra. Oh, that's another thing, Numbtooth, is that there are a metric ton of optional rules that they include in MegaMek, so you can really customize the game to the way you want to play it. Not bad, just a slight rumble. A little rubber under the mic might help. It's from the AC, which just kicked on. The mic is actually on a different table than the mouse. There is an air gap between the two tables. So I don't think it's that. Let me get Stiletto. Oh, well, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Stiletto will run forward 8 hexes to get into medium laser range of these two vedettes, I think. And then we can maybe walk backwards next turn, just to get some distance back. The Thunderbolt is advancing, so I think I'm going to respond with the quick draw. Let's see, this Thunderbolt has the PPC. 3 mediums and an SRM6. So at close range, he's still fairly dangerous. But I think we have the edge at close quarters, because we've got one more medium laser, and instead of the PPC, we've got the large laser, which doesn't have the minimum range. So yeah, I'm going to move 7 hexes, fairly evasive. How evasive was he? He was not very evasive. He ran for a +1. So that is the advantage that he's giving up to us. We're going to jump into these heavy woods, as was the plan. And then we're probably just going to camp there. Had a good friend and an older gent, and we would meet a couple times at the bar, drink scotch, and play war games. Hey, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Earl still has good armor, except on his right arm. It's the engine hit that's slowing us down, so we will put our back to the wall. We've got an LRM-20, he's got an LRM-20. We also have an LB-10X. Maybe we'll land a hit with that. That could turn the tide a bit. Petra is not as useful where she is now, I think. She doesn't really have much to snipe at. Not until you get to long range. We'll have her run forward. Maybe take shots at the archer's flank. Alright, looks like the spider's the only one left. I want to get into the back of that Saladin. Failing that, which is his weak side? His left and right side are equally weak. So we can walk to here, I think. Torso twist, catch him on his flank. Should be relatively safe there. No one's got us in their arc. And we're still moving 5 hexes, so that's 2 evasive pips. Okay, Archer got up, needed a 4, got a 12. Thunderbolt entered Rebel, needs a 2, gets a 9. Thunderbolt is a heck of a pilot. Savannah Master needs a 5, gets a 4, skids into hex 617. Then needs 2 more 5s and a 6, which it succeeds at. Alright, Yarvik successfully unjammed his ultra autocannon. Stiletto, totally getting flanked here. Let us start with the big guns. We'll have Petra firing at the archer on 7s. And we'll throw in some 11s, the SRMs, and LBX. Maybe we can get a crit with that. Let's see. Next up, I think I want Earl firing on the archer as well. Needs an 8 with both of those. Needs a 6 with the LRM-20. And has the Saladin on 10s. So we'll throw in... Oh, dang it. And we can't torso twist or we won't be able to hit the archer. Yeah, so it looks like that's our only shot at the Saladin, which is fine. That's only 2 heat sinks we're not using. Wolverine, I think I want him shooting at the Wolfhound on 8s. Next is going to be the quick draw at the... Oh, the hits are on 5s or the Thunderbolt on 6s. Oh, or the Centurion on 6s. We came here to engage the Thunderbolt. I think that's what we need to do before he tears us apart. We've got him on 6s, and we can fire everything and be 1 heat over, which is fine in this weather. Stiletto at the Vedette. Which Vedette do we want to hit? AC2 number 1 has a 2-5 pilot, which might be our target. AC2 tank number 2 has a 4-5 pilot, so yeah. That's going to be number 1. And that's going to be on 5s with him. With her, sorry. That'll be 2 heat over. And the spider at the Saladin on 4s, because we walked. and an 8 with the small laser because of the range. Alright, the Saladin, stunned for 2 turns, but not dead yet, didn't look like. The Thunderbolt at Stiletto, needing 8s and 6s, hits the right leg with 2 medium lasers, down to 18 armor there, and 4 SRMs, all down the right side. Right leg is down to 14. The Vedette missing on 8s and 12s. Petra at the Archer hits him in the right arm and left leg with PPC fire, down to 1 structure on that left leg. Everything else sadly misses, including the LB-10X, which could have destroyed that leg very easily with 1 structure left. The Condor missing on 9s and 10s. Earl at the Archer hits him in the left torso with the LB-10X, critting on his LRM-10. The same one again, I believe. Large laser to the right torso, goes internal, almost gets the crit, but not quite. Misses with the LRM-20 on a 6, got a 3, and missed the Saladin on a 10. The Vulcan 5T with 4 medium lasers hits Stiletto in the right arm with 1, down to 13 armor there. The Condor hits Petra in the left torso with a machine gun, down to 28 armor there. The Phoenix Hawk at the Saladin hits it in the right side with a large laser, down to 1 structure and immobilized. Hits it in the front with a medium laser. The Wasp landing an SRM on Stiletto's right leg. The Wolverine at the Wolfhound hitting him in the right leg with the LB-10X. Hitting him in the center torso with a medium laser. Phoenix Hawk at the Scorpion, missing on 12s. Ash at the Thunderbolt hits him in the center torso with a large laser. Hits him in the center torso with a medium laser. And 4 SRM-6s, which is just enough to force a PSR. That's down the left side and also the right arm. Savannah Master number 2 missing on a pair of 11s. Savannah Master number 1 landing a pair of small lasers to the right leg and left arm. The Vedette number 2 missing on 9s and 11s. The Scorpion destroying building 2025. The Vedette hitting Stiletto in the left arm and CT for 2 each. LRM-10 turret landing 10 LRMs on Petra's left torso and arm, costing her her last point of edge. Stiletto at the Vedette hits it in the right side with the ER large, hits it in the right side with 2 medium pulses, 3 medium pulses, and destroys the Vedette. Archer missing Earl on a 7, the Saladin hitting the Phoenix Hawk in the right leg with the autocannon 20, down to 2 armor. And our friendly Thunderbolt at the Saladin hits it in the left side down to 0, hits it in the front down to 3, hits it in the left side and destroys it. So our Spider is going to have wasted his shots, which is fine. It was 4 medium lasers. The Wolfhound firing 3 medium lasers at Stiletto hits her in the left and right torso, down to 16 in both of those locations. The Hetzer hitting her with 9 LRMs to the left leg and center torso. Spider at the Saladin, it's already dead. Centurion missing on 8s, 10s, or 8s, 11s, and 12s. The LRM-10 triple turret landing 18 LRMs on Petra's center torso, right leg again. Left arm is down to 14. The Avenging Angel hits the Archer on the right torso with a PPC. And the Thunderbolt stays standing, Archer stays standing. Stiletto took 20 plus. Petra took 20 plus. The Phoenix Hawk took 20 plus. Needs a 7, gets an 11. Quick draw. Can we kick the Thunderbolt on a 3? That would be nice. Thunderbolt kicks us in the right leg for 13. We're down to 1 armor. Ouch. We kicked him in the right leg for 13. He's down to 16 armor there. Neither one of us falls down. So yeah. Our right leg is... How have we already taken so much damage to the right leg and so little damage anywhere else? I must have missed something. Like an autocannon 20 or something? No, that was the Phoenix Hawk. Thunderbolt 5S is at 2 heat. The Wolfhound is holding steady at 6. The Centurion is up to 1. The Phoenix Hawk 3M is up to 9. The Vulcan is up to 8. The Vulcan is up to 8 already. Jeez. In one turn. The Thunderbolt 5SS is up to 3. The Archer is up to 3. Stiletto is up to 2. Wolverine is up to 2. Quick Draw is up to 1. Petra is up to 2. Scorpion is at 4. And our Phoenix Hawk is at 6. Everyone else is running cool. Round 5, we've lost initiative, and we are in fact going first. And we've got reinforcements arriving in 3 more turns. They've got reinforcements arriving on round 15. We're at 96.75%. They're at 86.29%. Including Mech Garrison has taken a hit. Primary Op Force taken a hit. Not much more than that. Turrets, obviously, just lost one. Yarvik. Okay, so we've got the Saladin over here in our backfield. This one's crippled, I believe. Yeah, he's probably going to be making his way off the field this turn. I remember back in the day, like 91 or 92, I had pretty good success running light mechs and tanks. Can't believe it's been over 30 years. They died in droves, but they were cheap. Yeah, that is the advantage of tanks and light mechs, is that they're cheap. You can throw hordes of them at the enemy. Some might even consider it, depending on how far you go, might be unsporting to throw someone, Zerg rush someone with a horde of Savannah Masters. I've heard of that tactic before, and it does not go over well. But yeah, tanks and cheap mechs, I try to avoid those because this is a campaign, and I'm not trying to lose all of my light mechs and then not have any light mechs to replace them with. The Spider is kind of an exception because it's so nimble, and it's also up-armored. The Spider is maxed out armor everywhere, so it can take a PPC to the arm and not even go internal. And yeah, it's super evasive. Its weakness is dive bombing, basically. Anything that can dive bomb a hex can absolutely destroy the Spider. And, pretty much anything else, any other light mech as well. Stiletto, we're gonna back up 5 hexes, get us a little bit of distance here. Yarvik has the Archer. Saladin is crippled and withdrawing. Did it disappear? Yes, it disappeared. It's off the map. Okay. So that is 2 autocannon 20s down. We've still got... what else have we still got? The Hetzer has LRMs. There was something else with an LRM, or with an autocannon 20, and I forget what it was. We've still got the Savannah Master and the Condor here. We've still got the Archer here. We'll have Yarvik. Yarvik will stand still and continue wailing on the Archer. Earl might be advancing. Slightly evasive, medium laser range of the Archer, which has... oh, it's sprinted, so he's not going to be able to fire anything anyway. So yeah, let's unload some medium lasers on him. Gotta head to bed. Thanks for the stream. Catch you around. Alright, well, thanks for joining me. It's an every Thursday thing from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock my time, which is US Central. We're actually going to be wrapping this up here in the next few minutes anyways. So, it was nice having you. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll hopefully catch you next time. If not, I hope you find someone to play with and are able to rejoin the community. Yeah, check out the Discord. The link is in my Twitch bio. And also anything you want to get caught up on, and as far as my past streams, is all on YouTube. So that's under the Silent K. I think it might be the Silent K21. I forget. I forget the name of my YouTube channel. I just go by the Silent K most of the time. Let's see. But yeah, we're probably going to be finishing out this turn, and then we'll be calling it for the night, because it is coming up on 8 o'clock right now. Found all your old books in the attic? Oh yeah. That's basically what happened to me a couple years ago too. And then I got in on the Kickstarter. Don't know if you're aware of that, but they re-released the core box set, Game of Armored Combat. Then they released the Clan expansion box, and then they released, or they've got another Kickstarter going right now for the Mercenaries box. So that's pretty cool. I love how much new attention the franchise is getting with the revival by Catalyst Game Labs. Alright, so Stiletto getting ganged up on. That Vulcan has 4 medium lasers. The Wolfhound has 3 medium lasers. So I think the Wolverine is going to come over here and try to nail the Wolfhound, while Stiletto tries to nail the Vulcan. The Vulcan is evasive. He ran 6 for a TMM of 2. He also has low profile, and he has fresh armor. Not a ton of fresh armor, but enough. So yeah, we have Wolverine has Hopping Jack and Melee Master, so if we can jump in behind the Wolfhound, we can kick him twice at a +2 penalty for movement, because we've got Hopping Jack as well. The quick draw. I think it's going to back up into the back of the Centurion. We'll give up our evasion this turn. Hopefully the Thunderbolt doesn't back up to PPC range, I was going to say. And the Spider is the only guy left. He will come down here, I think, to help out with the Wolverine. We'll slow down just a little bit so that we can turn and take some shots at the Archer as we go past. We should be able to jump. We can jump from here to the Wolfhound in one go. So it's going to take us 2 turns to get there anyway. We might as well take shots at the Archer on our way past. Way too many of the books. It's not the books that I'm lacking in. It's not the books that it's not the minis that I'm lacking in, is what I was trying to say. It's the books. But I do have some new books coming with the new Kickstarter. I've got, should be the Battletech manual, or the BattleMech manual, and the, I'm hoping for Total Warfare. And the Spider needs a 4 for entering Rebel, gets a 3, takes 3 damage to the left leg, and more importantly is prone. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna go ahead and move our full move. We need a 4 to stand up. Hopefully we do that on the first try. Bundle of holding. You mean humble bundle, or is it bundle of holding? Is that different? Got a bunch of PDFs here a while ago. I picked up newer stuff. I'm not a fan of the PDFs. I find them too hard to browse. I don't spend a lot of time on my computer generally, and my phone has a small and very cracked screen. So PDFs are not the best for me. I'm old school. I like to have the physical book in my hands, being able to flip the pages, and being able to like take it with me and show people and be, like look over their shoulder without it being awkward. Okay, so yeah, we saw most of that happen. Everything else succeeded. Yarvik, no. Let's start with Archer has the pack rat on 9s. Or the Archer on 7s. The Archer apparently is a tougher target than I had given it credit for. He sprinted for a TMM of 2. Hopefully we hit with some of this. We'll fire the cluster munitions, hoping to get some crits. Yarvik at the pack rat on 10s, Yarvik at the Condor on 13s. Looks like it's going to be the Archer on 5s. But I think I'm going to do single, because he's almost dead and I don't want to risk jamming. Mode, fire, mode, fire. And we'll throw in, you know what, we'll throw in a couple medium lasers just to keep the heat sinks pumping. Stiletto has a Thunderbolt, I guess, which is still relatively fresh. We got him on 4s and 8s. Alternately, we've got the Vulcan on 5s. We've got the Wolfhound on 5s, or we've got this Vedette on 5s. The Vulcan is low profile, so I want to catch him with the easy shots while I can, because I don't want them doing half damage, because, you know, I needed an 8 and I got a 10, or a 9. I want a 9 to be a solid hit, so I'm going to take shots at him while I can. It's going to be 5s and 3s, I believe. And we'll go 3 heat over for some SRMs. The Wolverine into the back of the Wolfhound. I think we're going to try to crit out his engine with some LBX. On a 6, maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, and there's a Wasp behind us. We've got him on 7s and 5s. I think the Archer might be about done for. His left leg is down to 1 structure. He's probably in retreat right now. We've got the Wasp on 10. But if we hit, that would be glorious. We've got a couple of mediums. We'll throw in the LRMs on a 10. Throw in the SRM. No. I want to save the heat. That's going to be 2 mediums and the LRMs for 1 heat over. The quick draw came over here to get into the back of the Centurion, although the Thunderbolt is less evasive. I've got backshots on the Centurion. That's going to be literally everything I can throw at it, hoping to get that ammo. And the Spider has the Wasp on 12s, has the Wolfhound on 11s. Might as well take some shots at the Archer on 7s and 9s, just because, you know, we might not kill him otherwise. I did see an exclamation point, but he's not dead. Banshee hits him in the right arm with the PPC, hits him in the right arm with a medium laser down to 1 structure. 6 SRMs to the right leg, right arm destroyed, transferring into the right torso, left torso destroyed and blowing off the left arm, left leg destroyed. CT down to 16. LB10X at the Archer. Right torso is down to 0 structure. Hit him in the head, down to 5, needs a 5 to stay conscious. Right leg down to 8 armor. So he is going down. And he has no more guns. He's got no right or left torso. Rifleman at the Archer hits him in the center torso with both large lasers. Hits him in the center torso with an Ultra Autocannon 5, critting on his engine. Ultra Autocannon 5 to the right leg down to 3 armor. Medium laser to the center torso, critting on his gyro. Medium laser to the center torso down to 7 structure. Thunderbolt 5 SS at the quick draw, hits him in the left leg with a PPC, hits him in the right arm and left leg with medium lasers, down to 13 in both of those spots. Hits him with 5 SRMs. That is definitely going to cause a PSR. That's actually 30 points of damage he just did. That's a lot. The Vedette hitting the quick draw in the right torso with an autocannon 2. The Condor hitting the quick draw in the left arm and left leg for 2 each. Cronus at the Vulcan glancing off the right arm for 4. Down to 7. Too many SRMs to be hit by? Yeah. 5 out of 6 is not bad. Especially not 2 out of 3 medium lasers and the PPC at a range of 1. What did he need to hit me with that PPC anyway? He needed a 6. Everything else was 3s. So I can't say I'm super surprised that he hit with everything. He's a really good shot, and we were not evasive. We did hit the Vulcan 5T in the left arm and right torso with medium pulse lasers, left arm with another medium pulse down to 5 structure, 2 SRMs to the right leg and left torso. The Condor hits our friendly Phoenix Hawk 1K in the right leg down to 0 armor. That's where he took the autocannon 20. And the other IEC2 to the left torso down to 16. Our Wolverine Mark V at the Wolfhound hits him in the right torso rear with a medium pulse laser, critting on his medium laser and leaving him with 7 structure. Missing with everything else except 4 SRMs to the CTR and the LTR down to 4 and 3 there, and missed with the autocannon 10. The Vulcan hitting Stiletto in the CT with a medium laser down to 17 armor there. The Pack Rat missing on a 12, the Scorpion missing on a 7. The Wasp hitting our Wolverine in the right leg with a medium laser. Earl at the Wasp hits him in the right arm with the large laser, transferring into the right torso. And missing with everything else. The LRM-10 turret hitting Ash in the right arm for 6, down to 7 armor. The CT and the LA for 6 more. The CT in the left leg for 8 more, down to 6 on that left leg. The Phoenix Hawk missing the Scorpion. Ash at the Centurion. First shot with the large laser into the right torso rear, critting on the AC-10 ammo. Centurion is down and out. We can skip the rest of that. The Savannah Master hitting the Ash in the right arm with a small laser down to 4 armor. The other Savannah Master missing the Scorpion on 11s. Nice, yeah. The Thunderbolt 5S missing on a 12. The Vedette hitting Ash in the right arm for 2 more, down to 2. LRM-10 turret landing 4 LRMs on our Wolverine's left arm, down to 14. The Spider at the Archer hits it in the center torso. Hits it in the center torso, and the Spider gets the kill. MVP right there. The Wolfhound hits Stiletto in the right leg and right torso with medium lasers, the right arm as well. The Vindicator hits building 2129 with 3 LRMs down to 21 armor. The Hetzer hits Ash in the left torso critical, down to 13 armor there. Hits the right torso with another 10 down to 0 armor, and the left arm down to 13. Centurion hits Ash in the right arm with the autocannon 10 down to 2 structure. The Vulcan needs a 7, gets a 7. Stiletto needs a 4, gets an 8. Ash needs a 7, gets an 11. 80 plus damage on the quick draw. Ouch. We will see if we've got any physical attacks. We've got Stiletto at the Vulcan. We can punch him on a 5. Yeah, it looks like that's our only option. So we'll go ahead and try to punch him on a 5. Maybe we'll hit him in the head. The Wolverine will try to kick the Wolfhound on the 4. Yeah, for 12 points twice. The quick draw will be trying to punch the Thunderbolt on 4s. Cronus punches the Vulcan in the left arm for 7, down to, or 2 2 damage transfers to the left torso, down to 8 armor there. The Vulcan missing a kick on an 8. Wolverine kicking the Wolfhound in the left leg for 12, down to 4 armor, missing the other kick. Thunderbolt kicking Ash in the left leg for 13, getting the lucky crit, blowing the leg off. And Ash punching the Thunderbolt in the head twice for 7 each and killed the Thunderbolt. The Wasp punching at our Wolverine, missing on an 11. The Wolfhound needs a 4, gets a 4. The Vulcan needs a 6, gets a 5, takes 4 to the right arm. Needs a 6 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6. Wolverine needs a 3, gets a 6. Quick Draw automatically goes down. Takes 6 damage to the left and right arm, down to 1 structure on that right arm. Needs a 10 to avoid hurting the pilot. 0 Chew, gets a 12. So nice piloting there. That's going to take us into Heat Phase. Yes? Alright, Yarvik is at 3, the Wolfhound is at 6. Phoenix Hawk is at 6, the Vulcan is at 6. Stiletto is at 3, Wolverine is at 4, Banshee is at 4, everyone else is running cool. And this is where we're going to go ahead and save it as Base Assault. And then we'll go ahead and we'll also save it as Exit Save. We'll go ahead and save the campaign here as 0713. And this is where we're going to call it. So thank you all for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Always a pleasure to have a new follow. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff. And yeah, about 10 minutes of extra playtime. So yeah, I really wanted to get through that last turn. But anyway, yeah, we will catch you. If we don't catch you next week, have a good summer. And if we do catch you next week, have a good one until then. So take care.